Well, hello and welcome to the 365-day gaming challenge. It's the challenge where I play an unplayed game for my pile of shame every day. And today is day 236, and we are looking at Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire on the PC. This time with the video. And we will have a quick look at the options as we do. So we have general game options. Oh, we can have big heads if we want. Area of loot, tooltip delay. One of the things we are going to do is turn this on to turn-based combat. Because you now have the option of real-time or turn-based combat, and I do prefer, in these types of games, turn-based. But it doesn't look like that is on the game screen as I expected it to be. Graphics, we are playing on full screen 1080p. This defaults to Windows mode, which stops it from capturing. We have VSync on. It's full screen. It should be able to do 1080p 120, so I don't know why. It's stuck at 60, but we don't have an option for 60 Hz in this game. For 120 Hz. Sound, it was maxed out, so we've reduced that down to 20%. Controls, it is a mouse keyboard game. Camera has smart edge scrolling. Not always a fan of it, depends on the game, it depends how quickly it scrolls. Because sometimes I find that really annoying. The interface. We can change all of this layout stuff. We're going to leave it at default. Achievements, we don't have any. There is the ability to do mods. And Pillars of Eternity 2 histories. Don't know what that is. But that's our options. This is an Obsidian game. We were also looking at the Outer Worlds, not the Outer Wilds, the Outer Worlds yesterday, which is also an Obsidian game. Here's all your credits. Oh look, you can do it 32 times. There's all the people that have worked on this game. Lots and lots and lots of them. He's the best. No, he's the best. You get the idea. A lot of people involved. So what are these things along the bottom here? Free DLC! We can get a beard and hair pack. Wow. And the deck of many things. This has popped up a little. I think these are all cosmetics by the looks of it. It's just popped up a Steam window with the store page on it. So I'm not going to bother downloading those. Not presently, anyway. Beasts of Winter, so these are other DLCs by the looks of it. Seeker, Slayer, Survivor, and the Forgotten Sanctum. But we are playing the base game, Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. No point in buying a load of DLCs if you haven't played the main game. So why don't we start with a new game? Okay, now we get to choose. So this is what I was talking of. With the real-time combat, you get pause mode. But that's how this game is classically played. Action-oriented, which a lot of RPGs are moving to. I didn't like the move when Final Fantasy went that way. I tried Final Fantasy 15, I tried to get on with it. And I tried Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Tried to get on with it. On PS4 very briefly. I should probably revisit that game as an unplayed game, because I do have it on PlayStation 5. But real-time combat. Those have always been traditionally turn-based games. And I just prefer turn-based combat in my RPGs most of the time. So you can see you have a classic mode of play, faster action-oriented combat, pauses available at any time, recommended for players to enjoy classic RTWP experiences. Or the turn-based, alternative mode of play, highlights tactical combat elements, provides comfortable paced experience, recommended for players to enjoy turn-based games. Which I do, so we are going to choose turn-based. We're going to play it on default, which is relaxed apparently. We have story, which reduces combat challenges. Classic, standard, veteran, Path of the Damned. Loads. Unloads. Level scaling. Only scale upwards. Well, we'll leave it on default, so it's always going to scale, and it's only going to scale upwards, is it? No, it's going to scale. Either way. So let us start the game.
Aora, a world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation watched over by the gods, and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance known as Audra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Deerwood, a nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Aethys, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of hollowborn, infants born without souls, that many believed was punishment for killing a god. In an ancient, secluded ruin, you witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a watcher, one who can see and speak with souls. The ritual also gave you horrible visions, waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity. To put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual, a seemingly immortal agent of the gods, known as Theos Ix Arcanon. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected. That the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods. Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Cadnua, built atop a massive statue of pure Audra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity.
Made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep? Lifting the curse? Must have told it 100 times. But something got to gnawing at me. Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest. That maybe the gods weren't finished with us. My God came back. He would forgive us. Last the trouble with dreams. Sooner or later, we all have to wake up.
And so you wake to a sleepless world, the in-between of life and death. Follow your memories. You have been here before.
Oh, we are actually in control now.
You have seen past the shroud. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
A watcher sees souls, knows their pasts, and the souls see them back.
A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed.
What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked?
The gods aren't real, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
Let the world see. Let them decide what to do.
The wheel has turned again, Watcher. Come.
An aged dwarf shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage.
We might be friendly then. You never know. We will continue.
You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved, merry gourd, replete with unhealthy bumps and discolored splotches.
And dialogue. Shall we speak with him?
The creases of the dwarf's face tighten into a smile as he gives you a courteous nod.
I'm guessing he wants us to go through the door. Oh, he's following us. Sit down in the chair.
Sit, please. Thank you for joining us, Watcher of Cadnua.
The gaunt woman seated at the table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in.
We can't zoom in, so we're stuck with this perspective. But I do like that this is kind of narrated in a dungeon master sort of way.
A pale, slender neck rises from the gorget, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too many times. She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet yours.
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. You alone know best how they flowed. Arrange them to fit what you remember.
Right, so now we get to the character creation. Select which history took place during the Pillars of Eternity. Or select the Pillars of Eternity endgame to say... Well, I haven't played to the end Pillars of Eternity, so... Maybe I should have played that one first. No saves found, yeah. We were kind and merciful to people you encountered, sympathetic to their pain and charitable to those who needed help. Doesn't sound like the choices I would have made. Use the souls of the Hollowborn to strengthen the Drywood. Most of the choices were made to strengthen you and your allies, while punishing and weakening your enemies. In Pillars of Eternity, you consigned the souls of the Hollowborn to oblivion you had pledged to Ryamgand. You left a wake of physical destruction, spiritual annihilation wherever you went, seeking to bring a final end to all things. Yes. You did everything wrong. You pledged to do the bidding of every god and scattered the souls of the Hollowborn to random locations. You got every companion killed and the worst outcome for every quest. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. We're gonna go with survival of the fittest, I think. Although I'm tempted to go with Dark Times. I don't know whether these are gonna make a big difference to how the game plays though, so we'll see.
Does everything appear to be in order?
Yes.
Good. Welcome to the Beyond. I am Bereth. One half
Hello,
anyway.
Bereth.
She points a finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here. Though the movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks like a rusty hinge.
Continue.
The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's direction.
Tell me, do you remember when we last met?
Nope. I don't remember.
She places a card on the table showing a tall tower. The gods' constellations are arrayed around it in the sky. You remember now. The Hall of Stars in Twin Elms, where you spoke with the gods.
No, don't remember.
You came to that tower seeking our aid. You chose to pledge your services to other gods. Still, a pledge unmade stands fairer in this court than a pledge broken.
It's the same thing.
She places a card in the middle of the arrangement. A bell tower with no bell. Her fingertips slowly drag away from the card, faintly creaking as they retreat across the table.
You had need of the gods once before. Now it seems we have need of you.
Okay.
The being that occupied Odnua's statue beneath your castle was the dead god, Aothis. Of this, we are certain. What we do not know is what his intentions are.
Probably not good.
Though Aothis stole a large fragment of your soul, you were strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between. You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Audra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced watcher to find him.
That's a good question. Why don't you just do it yourself?
Taking a physical form in Aora is fraught with peril. Most mortal minds and bodies are incapable of containing divine power. It can lead to problems, as Aothis learned not long ago.
Her armored hand gingerly places a card sideways on the table. It features a man with a burst of light instead of a head.
I've had enough of dealing with gods, all of you. Why should I care about any of this?
Did you care for the souls of the Deerwood who clung to you as they stumbled blindly through the in-between?
Nope.
You are a beacon to all of the lost, Watcher. Your soul gleams as brightly to them as Audra itself.
For a moment, there is a glint in the blackness of her eyes. A flash of wondrous recollection.
Those who have fallen in Aothis' wake are trapped inside him still. If you will not help them, who will? Of course, if that doesn't convince you, I can always return you to the wheel and find someone else to pursue him.
Well, I don't really want to return to the wheel because that wouldn't make for a very interesting game, so then let's get on with this. But I'm doing it under duress.
Before you return to Aora as my herald, you must remember who you were, the last whisper of life in death.
For a moment, the sockets of her eyes darken, leaving the pits of a death's head gazing out at you.
When you can picture your own face, the Beyond will lead you back to your own kind, to the world of mortals.
End dialogue. Right. We are going to start from scratch because we do not have a character to import. We are going to be a male character. The largest of the kith. +2 might. Yeah, we might. Dexterity and perception. It's an Orlan. Oh no, I don't like him. But they have less might but more perception and more resolve. But I don't want that one. Humans, what do humans get? Might and resolve. Okay. And we get dexterity and perception. So I think we're going to be an elf. Do I want to be a pale elf or a wood elf? Wood elves trace their beginnings far north to the present day. They're Ardia? Don't know how to pronounce that. They've migrated south through the forests and jungles of the continent. Much of their history is connected with the meadow folk, and often they are found in the same lands. Wood elves have natural resistance towards dexterity affliction, so pale elves have an inherent resistance to burn and freeze, so that's the difference. I think we're going to be a wood elf. Would you make a single class or multi-class character? Single class characters entirely focus on their chosen class. They gain access to higher level powers more quickly. Multi-class characters are not recommended for new players. In that case, we will be a single class. I want to be a ranger, I think. Stealth, alchemy, ranger. Sleight of hand, mechanics, and bluff. Rogue. Bluff, streetwise, stealth, sleight of hand, and mechanics. Don't want to be a wizard, don't want to be a priest, don't want to be a paladin or a monk. I want to be a druid. What's a cipher? Crowd control and striker. So ranger is major role striker and minor role defender. Defender. Support on crowd control. Yeah, I think we're going to go with ranger. So that's the length of the skill tree anyway. Wounding shots, marked prey. Yeah. Choose to have no subclass and therefore incur neither additional class benefits nor penalties. So what are the penalties? Receive a penalty to accuracy. Penalty initiative. Lower deflections. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Arcane shooter. Stalker. Stalker and the companion suffer bonded grief when they are more than 7 meters from each other. So we're going to lose initiative. Some initiative. But we get hit and crit bonuses. And a bonus for penetration for within 4 meters. I don't think the penalties are too bad on the sharpshooter. And we can always put points into initiative later on, or speed. So I think we will go with Shooter subclass. We've got to choose these. I think we're going to go with wounding shot. And we can choose a companion. Stags naturally damage all enemies around the target when they are critically hit. The Wolf Companion deal more damage with their attacks. Lion Companions have natural faster action speed. So that might be worthwhile having the Lion. Because we've lost some initiative. We can maybe buff the difference with a Lion Companion. I think we'll go with Lion. Animal companion name. Lionfoot. So now we need to put points into our attributes. Perception. Highly recommended for Ranger, alright. I want to add 2 points to that. And we'll put the final point into intellect. Where are we from? Oh, this gives us bonuses as well. The White that wins. The Living Lands. Ryushia. This is Constitution. Old Valia. Which gives us intellect, so that gives us resolve. Reed Ceres. The Deadfire. Arpeggio. Gives us more dexterity. I think we're going to go with that one. What was our job? Bloody hell. We were not a slave. More bonuses, right. Well, we're going down the whole ranger thing. I don't want to be an aristocrat. Diplomacy, bluff, intimidate now. Survival, mechanics and alchemy. Survival, diplomacy and history. Traps and locks can be a problem for even the toughest of adventurers. I think we're going to go with Hunter. I'm tempted between Hunter and Explorer, but I think I'm going to go with Hunter. We can choose 2 different weapon types. Or proficiencies in these weapon types. Well, we definitely want to go that one. And I think we probably should have a one-handed proficiency as well. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for the half sword. And hunting bow. Gotta get the right colour. That's very important. No, that's wrong. Yes, I think that's right. Can we spin him around? We can. Can we zoom out? No. Can't zoom out. Now we need the right face. No. No. Come on, that's just wrong. His eyebrows are all wrong as well. Those are just too chunky. We don't have very much choice on looks, do we? They're quite basic. I definitely like less chunky eyebrows in that one. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, that's better. Yeah, we're going with that one. Voice.
After him! Stand together! Let us end this!
They all sound the same.
You're mine! Let's go! Yeah! Ah!
Charge! Kill them all!
I'll teach you a lesson!
Yeah, real smooth. Real smooth.
Let's go!
Let's go.
Bring them down!
Keeping an eye out.
Yes? Now I am leader of the group.
We're going to go with Sinister. And our pose. Heroic. Launched. Roguish. Yeah, that's definitely a roguish pose, that one. We're going to go with Rogue, I think. Ooh, Sassy. Ooh, Rogue Sassy's quite cool. No. So it's a toss-up between Roguish, which is hand on hip, or Sassy, which is hand slightly behind hip. That's the difference between Rogue and Sassy. We're going to go with Sassy. And our name is... Buddy. Fuddy first level ranger with all of our attributes. Good, that's all looking good.
Go forth now, Watcher, as my herald. Know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you, to open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world.
All right.
Find Aethys. Learn his plans. When I have cause to talk to you, I will summon you.
What, like in my head?
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you. The darkness lingers there, but the pain abates and fades entirely within the span of a few seconds.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me. I trust it will not come to that.
Her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf, hovering nearby.
So we've got a chest bomb in us. Thanks. We should have stayed in the wheel.
The dwarf nods, contorts his face with his odd smile, and gestures to a new door.
Alright, well, let's go through the door then. Now this is just in time construction going on here. If only we could build bridges this quickly. I think we are in elven form and on a ship.
The return to your body feels like waking after a fitful drunken sleep. The rocking of the ship sends pain jolting through your limbs. Crashing waves hammer inside your skull. Adair watches over your body with a glazed look, taking long, even tokes from his pipe. At the first movement of your chest, he starts. His gasp, mid-puff, sends him coughing and straining for breath.
No, there's no way. You're awake. What are you doing awake? How are you feeling?
Yeah, who are you?
Me? You don't remember?
Nope.
Adair points at his face, which he seems to be arranging into his most recognizable expression. Receiving no response, he shrugs.
I'm the captain of this boat, and I was real big back in Deerwood. Had this keep called Cadnua. I was famous.
But not anymore, eh?
And I was what you'd call a watcher. I'd go around talking to dead folks and creeping out just about everyone who saw.
He holds up his hands with fingers curled to mimic claws.
You're just some farmer. Likes to follow me around. Take most of the beating for me when we get attacked.
That sounds like a bit of a lie.
Don't worry, it'll all come back.
That doesn't sound right to me.
Well, maybe it was you who was going around being a creepy watcher. I get mixed up easily. But that fortress was mine, I remember that. Anyway, you didn't answer my question. How you feeling?
I am in... well, I'm not in a lot of pain. You said pain didn't last very long, did it? I think we are alive.
Alive's a big improvement.
I hate to cast a pall over your recovery, but I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
Yeah, of course you do.
The voice echoes from inside the bust. The remains of the steward of Cadnua.
Cadnua has been destroyed. Aethys possessed the statue of Maros Nua and rose from the ground, consuming the souls of all nearby. It is only by the exceptional strength of your soul that you survived. and even then, just barely. The further Aethys withdrew, the weaker you became. We chartered this ship and followed him to the Deadfire archipelago.
Archipelago.
I know not
Didn't I say
how,
arpeggio
but it
before?
seems he has retained a piece of your soul,
Archipelago.
and proximity to it has brought you back.
I know.
How could you know all that? You've been faking on us.
He pokes at your shoulder with one finger.
Misfortune's brewing topside. Migrants fires the captain stirs.
An older man with ale-sour breath rubs his bloodshot eyes and stares at you.
Hengrim, the smell of drink on your breath could wake the very dead. Now what's this about?
Pirates. They're demanding parley with you, Captain.
I know this is asking a lot, but you better arm yourself and get on deck. Should be some gear in there.
He indicates a nearby wardrobe.
Alright, can we rotate the screen? Don't look like it. Right, we'll have a bow.
Alright, now make some use of it.
Yeah. There we go. Is that it?
The pirates of Deadfire are notorious. I suggest you deal with them quickly.
Alright then.
If we don't get out there now, we'll have lost by the time we do.
I'm trying to get out there. There we go. There's the door.
Well, what have we here? A little sloop? Lost and alone in the storm?
It's not voiced it. Why does it suddenly start voicing it? A surly, brutish-looking captain stands stiff, back before his crew. He scowls as he assesses you, his hair whipping about his ears in the wind.
I'll be taking your ship now, if you don't mind. And especially if you do.
Well, I do mind.
Well, at least he asked.
I am a gentleman of fortune.
The captain shrugs in the sheeting rain before pinning you with a slow, murderous grin.
Give her up easy, and I'll see you get a swift death. It'll be bloody and agonizing, sure. But at least it'll be quick.
Well, I am either gonna say I'm gonna mount your skull in my cabin because that's what I intend to do, or I shall make a rude hand gesture. I think I'm gonna make a rude hand gesture. What's that? That looks important because it's got an exclamation mark on it. You have gained a reputation and disposition. Disposition represents how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputations will be favoured by some people, and benign reputations sometimes bring out the worst in certain. No disposition is inherently good or bad. It doesn't turn into Deadfire. That's good to know. Probably not very good diplomatic position to give people the finger then, I suppose. If you click on an item unit, yeah, we've already done that. That's alright. Edda smiles like he's just seen an old friend.
Always like that one. Sometimes I like to wiggle the finger like it's tickling.
Oh, I like your spirit.
He laughs long and loud over the din of the howling rain. Then he sobers instantly, his face a mask of rage. We're gonna smack his face.
Won't spare you none.
We're gonna smack his face with our
Listen
sword.
up, mates.
He cracks his neck as he addresses his crew.
I'm off to spear me a bigger fish. One with sharper teeth like. I'm trusting you lot not to cock this up. Don't damage the sloop when you take it. Play with the crew if you'd like, but don't bring me any prisoners. None that are alive.
You heard, Benwith! Off!
Combat starts. Okay, Lionford. You are going to attack that pirate. Why have we ended our turn? Is that it? Footy now has initiative.
Defend the ship!
That's one pirate gone. Shoot him. Okay, Lino. Grab the pirates. That really sounds quite a weak third, isn't it? Bye bye, pirates. There's only one of you left, so I think you're gonna be for the fishes. That's some gibs.
Storm's picking up. Take cover.
Jibs, gibs, jibs. That was a lot of explodey meat packages. We have defeated the pirates, but we are not out of trouble yet. The storm picks up, lashing your ship and driving you dangerously close to a rocky shore. The Defiant's crew hurries to reduce sail and batten down the hatches. They work quickly, but the ship is still listing heavily. See, with all of this voice right at the beginning, I thought the whole game was going to be voiced, but clearly not. Just then, a loose crate tumbles towards you, gathering speed on the rain-slicked deck. It misses you, but knocks out Chitupek, one of your deckhands, off his feet. The Defiant heaves. Chitupek pitches over the side. He grabs onto the rail, but his fingers are slipping. He cries for help. Meanwhile, the runaway crate totters on the edge of the deck, ready to plunge overboard. You recognise the symbol on the front, and you realise it's likely to contain salvage from Siednua, your keep. We'll save the crate. You seize the crate, Just as it's about to tip over the rolling sea, it's heavy, but you manage to heave it back on the edge. It thumps on the deck. You hear a fading scream and a splash. Yeah, well, your sacrifice is going to be worthwhile. Chittipek is gone. There is no sign of him in the churning waves below. Meanwhile, the storm has nearly driven you ashore. A flash of lightning reveals treacherous coastline. Inuthus striding into the distance. The lookout barely has time to shout a warning before the Defiant runs aground. The impact hurls you from the deck and froth from the waves, bodies, splinters, debris. You struggle toward the beach just ahead, even as the surf tugs you towards the open sea. You kick and paddle with all your might. At last you feel the sand between your fingers. Pulling yourself ashore, you collapse. End. So, you know, these gods wanted us to defeat the other gods, but they gave us really
You've been getting a
terrible
lot of sleep
position.
so far on this trip. I'd have woke you, but you look so peaceful with your face in the sand.
The deer runs his fingers through his hair and moves a strand of seaweed. He finds the lodge there. He examines it closely and then tosses it into the sand.
If you're worried about the ship, you can stop worrying. It's wrecked right over there.
He points out the Defiant, despite it being difficult to miss from your vantage point.
So far, it's just you and me and the chair lady over there.
The deer nods towards something further at the beach.
It's a relief to see you awake, my lord. I worried you were in for another long sleep.
Well, you should have done something about it then, shouldn't you? The steward appears to be lodged between some rocks. Despite this, her tone is warmly cheerful. I hate boats.
Shh! It's right behind you.
Unfortunately, I believe we'll be needing the Defiant yet. Unless you mean to settle down on the island for good.
Depends. We got a pub.
Oh, there's a thought.
Yeah, where are you, Barath? Any help here, Barath? There is no reply, save for the calling of gulls and the constant crash of the water upon the shore.
I'd shout for Aethys, but I'm worried he'd hear me and come over.
Can we patch up the ship?
I'm afraid I won't be much assistance in that regard. And not to doubt Master Adair's capacity, but even he would need supplies.
That's true. Steak, especially.
You're not getting steak.
Patching the hull is only the start. You're going to need help getting the Defiant out to sea again. And a crew, for that matter.
Well, we did throw one overboard.
Let's see about the other survivors. And somehow we gotta get the ship repaired. I don't want to be paddling out of here on a salvage raft.
For now, I'd say your best bet is to find some sign of civilization. If nothing else, we may be able to hire on a shipwright. My lord, if it is not too taxing, could you explain how it came to pass that you were returned to us?
That's pretty much it, isn't it? My soul passed into the beyond and Barath gave me a choice, find the Othos or die.
These gods. You make one deal with them to stop a madman, and the next thing you know, they're threatening your soul.
That's pretty much it.
That isn't much of a choice. But castle or no castle, you are still my lord, and I will aid you to the best of my ability.
You're a statue stuck on a beach, what are you gonna do?
Well, I suppose we better get a move on.
Let's go. Choose a single or multi-class for this companion. This choice cannot be changed later. I think we're going to go with fighter. Killer's gloves. Oil of allure. And Thief's Putty. Character comes up with C. But that is not inventory, is it? That is our character sheet. Reputation UI. The watch's reputation disposition displayed in the reputation wheel. Companion's reputation wheel displays their own reputations with other party members and any biases they might have. To select a party member, click on their selection circle. To click on the entire party, push the whatever button that is in the lower centre of the screen, or the backspace key. Alright. Quest journal. As you receive quests, your journal will update relevant information. Fair enough. Some of the quests you receive may be challenging until your character has achieved a higher level. A quest that is beyond your character's current level will be marked in your journal with 1, 2 or 3 skulls for every level that it is above you. If your quest is more than 3 levels above your character's current level, then the skulls will appear red. Characters with a red selection are hostile to you. To attack an enemy with your currently equipped weapon, push the selection circle. Good. Time in combat 4 minutes, and we've won all of our combats so far. So, inventory. With I? Yes. Sure strike, crit damage with a weapon, so we can equip that. That is a ring. Grants Gorn's Pledge. Gorn's Pledge. Grants the ability to shield the wearer from the myriad perils that plague the world of Eora. An aspect of the gods. The trouble is, there's too many made-up words here. Aethus Gorn represent the harvest of old age, symbolised here by many interlocking sickles that form the ring. Well, I don't know exactly what that's doing, but we're going to equip it anyway. Until something better comes along. Equip that. Let's put that in there. What's he got? Yeah, put the pipe away. There's no time for smoking now.
Oh, yes.
Let's go and have a look at that. And corpse, we can get money. A potion of minor healing might be handy. And we can sell that later on.
I'll take care of it.
Hope the rest of those sodden bastards made it.
They didn't. We'll have the ale. We're just going to get everything from these corpses that we can. Let's just make sure we haven't missed anything.
I'll see it done.
Grappling rope and grappling hooks and lockpicks. Oh yes, we definitely want lockpicks. Oh yeah, so we would have missed out on all this stuff. eatables, leather armor, and a Princey Pie hat.
Help! Somebody! Perquam Blanca!
We found an ingredients. Ingredients can be used to enchant unique weapons, armor, and shields, as well as to craft food, scrolls, potions, and other items. Good. Oh, how can we get up there then? The Defiant is looking far worse after its unexpected landfall. The hull is splintered into several pieces along the keel, while the tattered sails stand as evidence of your battle with the pirates. Oh look, we can use the grappling hook. Yes, we will use the rope and grappling hook. One good throw and the hook sails up and over the rail, catching firmly. A few tugs suggest that the grappling hook should hold fast. Use the grappling hook to climb. The rope makes the ascent considerably easier, and you soon find yourself climbing up over the rail.
You're looking better, Casita. That, or I'm worse off than I thought.
The sheen of sweat on her brow and the Wancaster feature belies Irina's casual greeting.
It's my leg, Matico. It hurts even worse than it looks.
Irina's leg bears a bloody gouge along the length of her shin, and the swelling around her knee suggests a nasty break. Craft a splint for some debris. I'll patch you up as best I can, but you'll want to stay off this leg as much as possible. Yeah.
I wasn't planning on going for a run, Casita.
Well, just as well. Irina watches you work with obvious relief. Once you're through, she gives the leg a tentative stretch.
It still hurts, but I can manage from here. Agrasima. Have you found any of the others yet?
Not
I'll
yet.
start a fire. If any of the
Not on my
others are
ship,
out
you
there, hopefully they'll see it and turn up.
Don't want it burning down as well. Apparently there's nothing in these barrels. So the only thing we can do is get off the Defiant then. Can we speak to that? Oh, we could have done. I'm staying put because I want to speak to the spirit.
Watcher, is that you?
The ghostly figure turns towards you, voice rising eagerly.
It is strange. I see nothing. A gray nothing. What happened? I remember the ship listing under our feet. Something struck me.
I'm sorry I couldn't save you.
I thought the end would be different. You are a watcher. You would have been our captain. Tell me, where am I to go?
You're welcome to stick around until you figure that out.
Thank you, Watcher. I will stay with you a time. Until my path is clear.
Still seeing ghosts, huh? I suppose you're stuck with that.
I certainly am. Alright, let's climb down. I think we have gotten everything we could have gotten from the shore.
There must be other survivors out there.
There must be. Let's go and find some. Oh.
Spy! Magran, here! My flame burns yet!
You what? Eld Engrim and Wheeler.
Is that you?
It is. Eld Engrim appears to be in sound condition, though his wax jacket is soaked through. He appraises you with bleary-eyed amusement.
You woke just in time for the fun. Fighting off motherless raiders one moment, flung into the freezing depths of Ondra's bosom the next.
Engrim's eye twitches as he flashes a smile, notable for its extraordinary absence of teeth.
Aye. Magran learns us poor bastards that a little excitement's good for the heart.
Even the gods can't break me. Even the gods can't break me, Engrim.
Some others might think that blasphemy.
Nope.
But when Magran hears it, Captain, oh, she knows you're filled with a fire.
That much is true. His eyes grow wide in excitement.
Can we go back on the ship now?
Bella rocks back on the heels of her feet, watching you both. Bella, don't let Engrim be a bad influence while I'm gone.
That's unkind. You're the one decided to pluck this wean from the wilds of Aer Glanfith. Blame that stone steward of yours for bringing the furry maid along.
Uncle Engrim, you promised me ale.
Later, sweetie. Uncle Engrim's thirsty too.
He absent-mindedly taps his chest near his heart, sounding the thunk of something metal beneath the priest's jacket. Eat them, Lino. Right. Let's go to the Deadfire Archipelago. Oh. World maps. Clicking on the world map will have your party navigate to the selected location. Toggle on and off the camera automatically following the party. Click on the follow camera on option toggle. Well, let's go there then. Ales. In the distance you see a simple wagon. The angle at which it rests on the road, one side jutting above the other, suggests it has been damaged or disabled. Even from your vantage you can make out kith milling around it. Sneak closer to observe. As you near the cart, you make out a group of Redcrin? Made up words again. Pilgrims in rough-spun linens and cockles. A single draft horse stamps at the ground impatiently as two of the pilgrims argue over the right wheel, which seems hopelessly stuck in the muds. Maybe they're just owners of the cart, so we'll approach openly. One of the pilgrims notices you, a step back draws the attention of the others, and a man in well-worn gambeson strants forward. The weight of deep concern hangs on his face. Did the dreams bring you here as well? The other pilgrims look to you with mixed of apprehension and hope. Of course. Why else? They're looking to us with a mix of apprehension and hope, so... Of course, why else? The older pilgrim's mouth opens in amazement. So you hear a gasp from another, alert to each other, excitement in their eyes. Praise him! The old man cries out, "We are not alone. We had the dreams too. We saw the 3 stars sailing through the sky, piercing the black of the storm cloud. Figured it must be him. Ether's calling to us, so we came here. To the place we saw in our dreams." The pilgrims look around, matching their sleeping memory to the present. We saw the giant pass with the 3 stars on his brow, but he sighs and gestures to the wagon stick in mud. Sad to say we could not follow him. Wheels stuck as stuck gets. None of us are strong enough to lift that corner up, to get something under it. More than one of us tries and we just get in each other's way. The other pilgrims nod and stretch, remembering their aching bodies. No, we're not threatening them. We'll inspect. Let me take a look. We will attempt to lift the corner of the wagon. A brief inspection reveals the wagon is undamaged, but the wheel is stuck fast in the mud. We have some wood, the old man says. He gestures to the back of the wagon. If we can get the wheel up, we can slide that beneath it. Inside the wagon, you see several planks of wood. A small box of valuables sits at the side. One of the younger Dawn Stars looks at you, eyes wide. Reckon you can lift it? We are going to attempt to lift the corner of the wagon. And we are going to do him because he has the most strength. Reputation. The head button in the lower centre of the screen, or the C key, brings up character sheet. Yeah, we've seen the reputation stuff. He just squares themselves to the wagon's corner, squats deep and rests the wheel up from the mud with a grunt. A young Dawn Star stands in shock for a moment, reacting just in time to thrust a thick board beneath the wheel. It takes the better part of an hour to lay down a safe path for the wagon to roll through the mud. The labouring Dawn Star glistens with sweat but laughs happily as they sing songs of praise for Ethos. Is Ethos the one that we don't like? I think he might be. 2 hours passed. Smiling, their leader presses a small pouch of coins into your hand. We appreciate the help. Without you, who knows how long we would have been stranded out here. They begin to prepare their wagon as you take your leave. We did a good thing. We got some silver fenning. The old man calls out to you as you go, "Take care of yourself and your soul, traveller, whether you came for Ethos or not. We know in our hearts that he has come for us." We did good. That looks like a wood thing. Can we go there? Let's go up to the apples. Fresh fruits. There's a port up there. It's 2828.
Better see what that crowd's about.
What if the giant comes this way?
Please, everyone stay calm.
That's some dodgy accent. The man at the centre of attention appears to be fielding inquiries from both the gaggle of townsfolk gathered around the platform and a rather severe-looking Omora woman. Made up words again. Standing just beside him. She's a witch, burn her!
Please, everyone remain calm. I assure you I will do everything in my power to get you the answers you need. Our friends among the Huana
have offered you hospitality and safety from the storms.
The Amura woman folds arms.
Yes, yes. I think we are all keenly aware of the debt of gratitude we owe to the...
I have personally seen to the safety of your homes. Now you will do the same for our families.
What about our families?
What about the ships? How are we supposed to feed ourselves?
If everyone would...
As Clario's gaze sweeps across the crowd, it falls upon you where it remains. A few more heads turn to see what's caught the governor's attention.
It's one of the pirates!
I'm not. At this alarmed cry, the whole of the crowd turns to regard you. A startled, expectant hush falls upon the gathered throng. Look around. Where?
Everyone stay calm. I think it's clear our guest is nothing of the sort.
You're correct,
Two of my guards
Clario.
reported a ship flying deer wooden colors, fallen prey to a private vessel. That would be your ship, I assume.
The crowd quiets somewhat at that, though you still find yourself the target of a few glares.
That would make him lucky. Your own vessels do not usually fare so well.
The woman regards you with bland curiosity. Bland curiosity?
Quite.
If I was that lucky, I wouldn't have crashed here.
Perhaps not, but I suspect some good can come of this.
Yeah, like what?
Per complanca, everyone, forgive me. I believe this matter requires my attention. You have my word that I will keep you apprised of any changes. Especially you, Mr. Ikawa.
Do not flatter me with Valian titles. You are distracted with your newcomer and wish me gone. But I will not go far, Governor Clario.
Governor Clario.
Grande. As for you, stranger, let us speak at my estate. We'll discuss your predicament.
Alright, Governor Clario. Oh, we can go and speak to all of these people, can we? Let's, where did that woman go to? These are all commoners. He doesn't want to speak to us now. Another commoner. Well, they all wandered off up here somewhere. Commoner. A worker. Oh look. That's...
What marvelous carvings!
Oh, yes. This one is many centuries old. Blessed by Ngati herself.
Magnificent!
Yes, magnificent. I'm guessing this is where we're going to put some bodies later on. Area. So where's this castle then? Should we go and have a word?
Ado, begging your pardon for the mess, sir. We are still recovering from the storm. We have supplies here for the paying customer. Provisions for the road, perhaps?
Not at the moment, thank you. We may come back though. Let's go to Governor Clario's estate. Is that Clario? Yes, there he is. Why is it so windy in your castle? What?
I'll see it done.
Let's speak to Governor Clario.
Ah, yes, there you are. As governor and under the auspices of the Valian Trading Company, please allow me to officially welcome you to Port Marche.
Port Margie. There we go. Port Margie.
I'll ask my guards to find some feed for your animal.
It's almost Italian. Clario eyes your companion with some concern and then makes a point of ignoring it. Yeah. Feed it one of your soldiers.
Apologies for that little drama outside. These are confusing times, and people often react poorly to uncertainty.
They certainly do.
Between the storm, the pirates, and the, well, certain strange events, we are all a little on edge.
He spreads his hand in an apologetic gesture. I understand. You said you could help me?
Yes, your ship. You are stranded, are you? It was a rough landing by all reports. A wonder you survived.
Yes, Clario, you're very perceptive.
Unfortunately, our own ships are in no condition to sail. We've had dealings with the pirates ourselves. They've taken their share of supply ships. The storm saw to those berthed in the harbor. All that said, I believe I may have a solution, provided you're willing to help me in turn.
There's always a price. Always. I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
Marvelous. You've washed ashore like a sign from the gods themselves. I have the guards on the lookout for pirate vessels looking to take advantage of whatever damage the storm caused. We've cannons enough to see them off, but I need every man ready to use them. There is a site of some considerable value elsewhere on the island. A value to the trading company, you understand. In point of fact, it's the very reason any of us are here. You're familiar with the luminous Adra trade?
No.
A mineral of sorts. I'm afraid my interests lie in the economic implications. As I understand it, luminous Adra holds concentrated essence, and it is only found right here in the Deadfire archipelago. It's also quite valuable. When refined, it sells for considerable sums. The trading company has invested a lot of time and money into locating sites suitable for mining and processing.
And how does one go about refining Adra?
How indeed. That, I'm afraid, will remain a trade secret. We, and I hope you understand that these matters require some discretion, have one such outpost on the other side of the island. A successful venture, up until very recently. We sought to improve the refinement process. To that end, we hired some of the brightest minds in the field of animancy and brought them out here to lend their expertise. And then one evening, a storm rolls in out of nowhere, and my scouts begin to report that a giant has marched its way across the island towards my dig site. What am I to make of that? We haven't heard from Mestre Odorisi since, nor any of his assistants, or the workers. I must know what has happened. If Odorisi, if his work is lost, then everything that we have worked for is at risk. Which is where you come in. You need a ship, I need information. See to this for me, and I'll set half the town to work. We'll patch up your ship, and you'll be free to go on your way.
I can do that.
Gillard, then we are agreed. I will assign men to keep watch over your ship. You will find the dig site on the eastern side of the island. I'll mark it on your map here.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you, Governor Clario.
One more thing. If you should recover Odorisi's notes, know that they would be of great value to me.
Your character's earned enough experience to advance a level. Click on the plus icon on their portrait to level them up. How many points have we got? Let us put a point into stealth. And we will put a point into bluff. Oh, we get to choose a skill now, do we? Choose an ability. A hobbling shot. No, we can't choose those. Or those. We've already got that one. Oh, can we choose those now? No. Fast runner. Alright, let's get that. Empower. You can now empower your abilities or yourself. Once per fight, you can use empower on your active ability to make it much stronger. Alternatively, you can use empower on yourself to replenish a portion of your ability resources. To empower an ability, click the star reaction on the action bar. Then select the ability you want to empower. To restore resources, click on the black hole and then click on your character's portrait. You can only use empower once per fight and a limited number of times between rests. Resting at an inn or using food or drink while resting at other locations will restore all of the character's empower points. Good. We're not going to steal things. Not yet, anyway. We may come back and rob his house later. We need to get out of here. Oh, somebody else has just leveled up. Shop. Well, we don't need to do that yet. Leave town on foot. It will take you 1 hour and 47 minutes to exit the city. Didn't take us that long to get in, did it? Well, it said it was to the east. Let's go across the bridge. Is that the one? Where's our quest thing? Helping hands. No. Reach the dig site. There's the dig site. shell before you seems thoroughly disturbed by erratic tracks. The sparse plants to the immediate side of the path are roughly mangled. The struggle may have occurred here. Let's search. We're going to search with you, buddy. Success. It takes you only a few moments to make sense of the chaos. No blood spatter suggests it was not a fight. And you easily identify the clawed prints of Zurips. Dry and ropey vines are pulled taut across the path and inexpertly covered in dirt. Let's disarm the trap. Failure. Oh no. We're gonna have to fight him. Three of them.
Well, taste this.
Yeah?
What is it? They'll hurt yet.
Hey.
Down you go.
Just a little blood. Yes? With pleasure. Leave it to
gold. A spear. It's ingredients. That's a rather strange sound. I'm wondering what's going on there. Nothing good. Let's go to the big site. Don't particularly want to kill the giant, but if we can just make him kind of go away.
I'll see it done. Leave it to me.
No, we can't get through there. Let's try and get down here if we can.
I'll see it done.
Rice. Yeah, get some rice. There we go. Go down those stairs. Ooh.
Leave it to me.
Gunpowder. Lockpicks, we'll have those. We'll have that. And a scroll note. Where's the scrolled note? There it is. Take this coin out to the Huana and see if you can round up anyone willing to do a week's digging to pay. For pay. Try the lower caste types first. They used to work hard, they don't ask for more than their share. No, we'll have that money.
I'll see it done.
Oh no, not combat.
Yes? Taste this.
What do you need?
Miss?
Hmm? I'm on it.
Miss?
What is it?
Feel pain.
Well? They'll hurt you. Bastards.
That's not good.
What do you need? May I be a candle in the night?
Oh, come on. Surely.
Yes?
We better heal up. How can we heal?
Hey. Pharaothus!
This is not going terribly well.
What is it? With pleasure.
Hey.
Well?
Suffer.
Taste this. I'll have your eyes for that.
Oops. You're sort of dead.
Yeah? May I be a candle in the night. Leave it to me.
Yeah, but he kind of was a bit dead. That didn't go terribly well. Come on. That's a gunpowder barrel. That's probably not a good idea. Bashing that, eh? No. More combat.
Yeah?
Yes?
Hey.
Yes?
Can we get him? Wounding shot.
I'm on it.
What is it?
A wounding shot, please.
Suffer.
That is easier than the Panthers.
Leave it to me.
That gravity takes him a long time to... Let's get a wing, and a claw. Oh, there's a sack there. So we can get tar loaf and a hard sack. Oh,
leave it to me.
Several men and women appear to be locked inside a cage of some kind. There are little more than statues behind the glass point and gesturing excitedly.
You out there, are the beasts gone?
Yes, I took care of the creatures. The woman turns away to a muffled exchange with the others. They then pull something by the door and you hear a rattling clank.
Perfetto! We are saved!
A youngish man with bright eyes and twitching smile claps his hands in joy as he steps out of the cage. The woman next to him, however, remains sober.
Governor Clario must have sent you to rescue us, no?
Yes.
But you do not look like one of his guards.
She raises onto the balls of her feet and peers behind you as if searching for someone else. She looks to be only midway into her 30s, although a serious set of her mouth makes her seem older. Actually, Clario sent me to find Odorissi or his notes. The old woman hawks as an impressive gob of phlegm onto the ground and kicks a clump of dirt over it.
I told you the governor does not care about us. This is all about profit. For him, the rest of the Valian.
You're correct.
Caloste!
She silences the others with a sharp look. She turns back to you with a resigned breath.
You are here, and that is what matters.
What are you doing?
Hiding, of course.
The corners of his mouth spasm. The cranky old woman next to him sighs and lays a comforting hand on his arm.
We were taking measurements of the luminous Adra when something strange began happening.
What? What was it?
Fascinating. The pillar started to dim, the ground shook, and our instruments showed unusual variations.
That's when those of us with a grain of sense got into the cage.
She glares at the excitable young man, but he doesn't seem to notice. What happened then?
Colossus. Some kind of construct made from luminous Adra. It passed through the arena toward the pillar.
Benissa closes her eyes.
Moments later, the pillar went dark, and all of our colleagues outside the cage froze. Like they turned to ash.
She goes quiet, her hands clasped in front of her. The young man leans forward, his eyes wide with a perverse kind of excitement.
That is when the panthers and worms showed up. Started going through the tents. It was awful, but Engfirth...
Vanessa shoots him a furious look and he falls silent again. A confused and slightly injured expression crinkles his face.
Some of our people are still missing in the ruins, including Odorissi, our lead researcher. It is possible he managed to hide.
A furrowed brow, however, suggests otherwise. I'll help him however I can.
Most of the ruins are that way, through the door next to the ramp. If you're going below, you should take Engfirth with you.
Okay.
Hey, he looks just like...
He either cuts himself off for reasons not yet apparent. His jaw hangs slack. A sharp-featured elf comes to the fore. As he meets your eyes, he gives you a knowing nod. He earned a few new scars, but you recognise Aloth. Corficer all the same. He taps a finger to his lips, a sly smile working away across them.
Engfirth knows a great many spells. At first, he even cast fire to chase away the panthers.
Until the flames nearly caught one of the tents.
Regardless, I'm glad you're all safe.
Agrasima,
She sighs.
I do not expect the ruins will be any safer. Many of our people remained behind, which has surely attracted more wildlife. It would be prudent to take help, as long as Engferth is willing to go.
She looks quickly to Aloth. He nods.
I would be happy to assist.
He holds your gaze with wide, expectant eyes. I'll gladly accept his help. He gives you a quick smile.
Be careful, I'm Miko.
She gives Aloth's hand a quick squeeze before backing away.
I shall try.
Aloth nods at her before leading you a short distance away.
Thank you for your discretion. I'm certain you have many questions, but I fear they must wait until we're off this island.
He casts a regretful glance back at Benissa and the Animancers. Very well, we'll talk later.
Indeed.
He is going to be a wizard. So now we have 4 people in our crew, including my lion. But I think this is a good place to stop because I am out of coffee. This has been good so far. There's obviously a lot to this game, and we've barely scratched the surface over 2 hours. And 40 minutes of that, nearly 40 minutes of that, was just setting up the game story and character and everything. But this has been the 365-day gaming challenge. This is the challenge where I play an unplayed game from my God of Shame every day, and this has been day 236. We have been looking at Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire on the PC. But I will be back again tomorrow with another game from my God of Shame. Until then, I hope you have a pleasant day, and I will see you later.